Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. RHOD Alum Tiffany Moon reveals below-deck sailing yacht moments that didn't air. I bet the staff. The Real Housewives of Dallas Alum Tiffany Moon has shared a few moments that below-deck sailing yacht fans didn't see during her time on the show. Tiffany, her husband Daniel, and two other couples had a very brief stint aboard the Parsifal II. Besides guest Jerry clashing with Stu Diana Cruz over an espresso martini, the group seemed to enjoy their trip. As Monsters and Critics previously reported, Tiffany had good things to say about Chef Cloyce Martin's food and Chief Stew Daisy Keller. After her only episode aired this week, Tiffany also let fans in on a little secret that didn't make Bravo airwaves. It turns out Tiffany had even more fun with the below-deck sailing yacht crew than we initially thought. RHOD Alum Tiffany Moon reveals below-deck sailing yacht moment that did air. Speaking with the Daily Dish to promote her below-deck sailing yacht stint, Tiffany admitted her group was pretty low-key. In fact, the group simply wanted to have a good time, and they did just that before, after, and during their trip to Ibiza. Before boarding the yacht, we had a full day of exploring Ibiza, since it was our first time there. We started at a beach club and later went to one of the super clubs, complete with bottle service and lots of dancing, she told the outlet. Tiffany explained the group was out until 3 a.m. the night before they got on the sailing yacht. Since the group had a late night, the first thing Tiffany did once on Parsifal IV was take a nap and make a bet with the crew. The first thing I did once we settled in on the yacht was take a 4-hour nap. I bet the staff thought we were a very boring group, she expressed to the outlet. Below-deck sailing yacht charter guest spills laugh-out-loud moment fans missed. It turns out the crew bet wasn't the only thing below-deck sailing yacht viewers didn't see during the show. Tiffany shared another story with the Daily Dish, revealing that one of her female friends somehow fell asleep mid-sail on the luxury yacht. Fans know that when the Parsifal II gets sailing, it can tilt like crazy to one side, causing a lot of commotion, which is why Tiffany and friends wondered how their friend could sleep through it. The moment was one Tiffany wished had been captured, but it wasn't. One of the girls somehow managed to fall asleep on the yacht while it was tilted at a crazy angle. We couldn't find her anywhere and thought she'd gone down to her cabin, but then she suddenly reappeared. We couldn't stop laughing, joking about how she could possibly sleep through that tilt, and wondering if she'd almost rolled right into the ocean, the RHOD Alum stated. All in all, Tiffany Moon and her friends had the best time on below-deck sailing yacht. They were the third group of charter guests on Season 5. So far, the guests have been a little demanding, but nothing over the top. And that means fans should brace for some awful guests coming up soon on the show. Tiffany Moon is no stranger to the world of reality television, having gained fame as one of the most beloved Real Housewives of Dallas stars. With her impeccable charm, quick wit, and honest demeanor, she made waves on the show. But beyond the drama of Dallas, Tiffany has a love for reality television that transcends Bravo's Real Housewives universe, especially when it comes to the Below Deck franchise. As a viewer, she's been captivated by the high-stakes drama of luxury yacht life. And as a guest on Below Deck Sailing Yacht Season 2, she got a behind-the-scenes look at the wild world of super yacht service. Now Tiffany is opening up about moments that didn't make it to air, revealing that the show's behind-the-scenes drama could rival anything the cameras captured. I bet the staff, Tiffany jokes as she settles in for a candid conversation. She's referencing her time on below-deck sailing yacht, where she spent a few days on the Parsifal IA. While the luxury yacht drama was the centerpiece of the show, it was the chaos behind the scenes, the unseen moments, that left Tiffany with some unforgettable memories. And while the final edit showed what was fit for television, Tiffany knows that there's always more happening on the other side of the camera lens. The unseen drama of yacht life. The sailing yacht life is more than just sun, sea, and spectacular views. It's about navigating the intricate dynamics of the crew, keeping high-maintenance guests happy, and dealing with unpredictable weather, all while maintaining the illusion of effortless luxury. For Tiffany, a self-proclaimed above-deck enthusiast, she noticed more than her fair share of chaos behind the scenes. Honestly, I don't think people realize how intense it is for the crew, especially when they're trying to manage difficult guests, weather issues, and the complexities of a yacht, Tiffany reveals. There were moments that didn't make it on screen where I'd just look at the crew and think, wow, I don't know how you're doing this. While the Below Deck franchise is known for showcasing epic guest meltdowns and tension-filled charters, Tiffany notes that sometimes the crew's emotional and physical stress is glossed over in favor of dramatic guest interactions. A lot of the crew's struggles are left out, she says. I wish viewers could see how hard they work behind the scenes to make sure everything goes smoothly. Some of them are exhausted, and that's why certain situations spiral out of control. But it's easy for the cameras to cut to the juicy moments with the guests. One of the most eye-opening moments, Tiffany alludes to, occurred during a particularly stormy night when the crew was forced to battle high winds and heavy rain while securing the boat. You could feel the tension. The wind was howling, the boat was rocking, and the crew had to stay calm. There were crew members running around securing lines while still trying to serve dinner. It was a chaotic moment that, honestly, would have made the Below Deck fans go wild, she laughs. I bet the staff, they were about to pull their hair out. But they kept their cool on screen. I was just standing there, holding onto the railing for dear life. Like, is this really happening? But as Tiffany points out, it's not just the weather that's unpredictable. The behavior of the guests, too, can make or break the crew's day. There were some moments where the crew had to just smile through insane requests. One guest wanted something so bizarre. I swear, if they aired it, people would have thought it was scripted. I was dying watching the crew keep it together. Tiffany won't divulge the specifics of the guest request, but hints that it was one of those only-in-yachting moments that never made it to air. The things that guests ask for when they think they're on a super yacht. It's next level, she adds with a grin. Behind the smiles, Tiffany's connection with the crew. Despite the high drama of the Below Deck world, Tiffany's time on the yacht was also marked by genuine connections with the crew. While the show's focus is often on the dramatic interactions between guests and crew, Tiffany remembers the quieter moments of camaraderie and support that unfolded behind the scenes. I think what people don't realize is how quickly the crew becomes like a little family, she explains. There were times when we'd be eating dinner together or hanging out after a long day of chartering, and the crew would open up. It was like they needed someone to talk to, someone to remind them that it was okay to laugh through the chaos. I'd be sitting with them, and they'd be telling me how much they loved working on the yacht, despite all the madness. It was a beautiful moment of vulnerability. Tiffany reflects on her friendship with some of the crew members, especially the boat's charismatic chef and first mate. The chef was a rock star. He was just always juggling so much. I remember at one point he was stressed out about prepping a dish that wasn't going to come out perfect. And I said to him, who's going to know? The only people who will know are the guests, and they'll never forget the show you put on. And he laughed, realizing how hard it was to keep that level of perfection. But that's what makes the show so captivating, right? What didn't make the cut? For Tiffany, there's always a feeling of excitement and anticipation in watching Below Deck sailing yacht after being part of it. She gets a unique insight into the final edit, knowing full well that the moments that made the cut are only part of the bigger picture. It's kind of wild to watch it and think, wow, that happened, but it didn't make it on camera, she says. There's a lot of heart that gets left out. There are emotional highs and lows that the camera doesn't always catch, and those are the moments I'll never forget. But ultimately, Tiffany recognizes that editing is a tool used to tell a compelling story, and what doesn't make it to air doesn't necessarily mean it wasn't significant. It just means that the editors had to decide what was most captivating for the viewers. I think that's part of the magic of Below Deck. You never really know what goes on behind closed doors.